Grand Rising. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. Alexa, volume down one. Whatever it is, to and for you. Exit. Thank you. Okay. They ain't got school today. Thankfully, I got work to do, so I ain't even about to. Anywho, William, what's going on? You just getting off of work? Let me borrow $1, cuz. Did you make the dollars, cuz? Arthur Lee, what's going on? Dang, yo, I'm trying to find whatever pen I want to use for today. Is that weird? Like, I be picking through my pens. It be the colors for me. I think I'm going to do this one. Okay, never just be simple. Complicated for no reason. Crazy. Oh, dang, you've been off work. Dang. So, I'm getting ready to do the Rising Wisdom to start your day. Alexa, volume down one. Lord. If you're new to my channel, welcome to my channel. If you return to my channel, welcome back to my channel, okay? I appreciate you. Your love, support, like, shares, comments, subscriptions, super chats, gifts, and all of that. You are appreciated, okay? So, if you're new, visit the playlist section, all right? Everything can be found in the playlist section. There's 5 playlists. However, only 3 show up publicly. The other 2 are in the members only content. So FYI, you may not see all 5. Sometimes you might, depending on what public, what we do publicly. Okay? But the on a positive note messages are all in the members only section. Okay? No, Arthur Lee, I'm not cussing. I've been doing good. Last week I was tested enough and I let out a whole lot of rounds, baby. I feel like it was necessary. God said, just go ahead and go and let it out. You hold it in for so long, you'll be like, come on, mother. I'm just playing. I'm playing, but I ain't playing. But I'm playing. But, yeah. Peace and blessings, Aria. What's going on? How you feeling? Hello, fake Tupac. See, I can't even say your name because that's so disrespectful. You ain't disrespecting Pop, baby. What's going on here? You a bad influence, Arthur Lee. You a bad influence. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know. All right, let's get the affirmation. It sounds good. Growth. We ain't had this since the beginning of the year. Calmness. This keeps showing up. Calmness at the bottom. Natural mindful natural observation at the top. Okay, now. Relax and pay attention to what you don't see, what you're not hearing, and what you don't see. It's giving me listen with your spiritual eyes and ears. That's what I heard. Listen with your spiritual eyes and ears. Growth. Pay attention to what's not being said, okay? And what you don't see physically. Listen and watch with your spiritual eyes and ears, okay? Oh, we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about this later. Because that's, yeah. Okay, I like it. I like it. Growth is the affirmation. I'm going to read this and then read the affirmation to you. It says, every experience we have in life, from the delightful to the terrible, can contribute to our overall enlightenment. Life is full of tests, both big and small, and whatever their results, we can always take something from them to help us learn about ourselves and the impact we have on others. Being open to these lessons increases our emotional intelligence and our ability to analyze situations with clarity. Okay, the affirmation is, I embrace the lessons of life. Every day is an opportunity to improve. I say, y'all listen, right? So the other day, I remember saying something. Along the lines of everyone is a teacher and everyone has a lesson to learn, right? You should learn something from every person you encounter because everyone is a teacher. Be it good or bad, whatever they're teaching. But you should be able to learn something from every person you encounter. You are supposed to. Okay? It's with this, we go in there. Step outside your experiences. Okay? Negative experiences, positive experiences. Step outside, take yourself out of your experiences so that you can see them clearly. Okay? Because when you do that, you don't miss a thing. Okay? So take yourself out of the experience, meaning, for example, if someone does something to you, let go of the feeling and emotion attached to what was done to you. Okay? So that you can see the situation clearly, a little more clear. Okay? Just see it through your spiritual eyes. Okay? And not your physical eyes. Listen with your spiritual ears and not your physical ears. It might sound crazy, baby. But if you know, you know. If you don't, we gonna talk about it. We ain't about to talk about it right now. Because I got work to do. Okay? Dang, that's my song. Alexa, like that song. Hey, Kemar Green. Good morning. Okay, Arthur Lee, don't tear the meeting up. Love, much, much love, and endless blessings to you as well. Hello, Norma. Thank you for the flower, Arthur Lee. I appreciate you, honey. So, take yourself out of whatever it is you experience. And it's given look at the bigger picture. Because there's a bigger picture to everything. To every situation you endure. Every circumstance. Every person you meet. This is why I always say stop looking at things on the surface level. Because even if you look at others on the surface level, don't do that. Because you might miss something, right? because you're supposed to see beyond what your physical eye meets. You should. So just FYI. But take yourself out of the experience so you can see the bigger picture. Okay? Take yourself out of the feeling and emotion of a situation so you can see the bigger picture. Because if you sit in the emotion and the feeling of a situation, it plays on your mental. That's not no good for you. You can't do nothing like that. Okay? So take yourself out of the experience, out of the emotion of it, and just you're aware at this point, right? You're aware of what you're dealing with, who you're dealing with, the circumstance, the situation, okay? People sit in the emotion and the feeling of it, but it happens to bring you awareness so that you can maneuver, do what you need to do, and move forward from there. But if you sit in the feeling and emotion of it, you don't grow. You can't grow when you sit in the feeling and emotion of things. Okay? So just FYI, yeah. Don't miss your opportunity to improve your life. And you could do that by sitting in the emotion and the feeling of things. Okay? Even if it's a feeling of guilt, right? Say you do something to someone else and you feel bad about it and you got this overwhelming feeling of guilt. Release it. Step outside that feeling and that emotion in regards to that situation, whatever it is, and look at the bigger picture. Okay? You're able to right your wrongs. And even if you in a situation where you can't right your wrong, you ask God for forgiveness or who you deem as your higher source, and you forgive yourself. Okay? And if you can make the wrong right, make the wrong right. If you can't, then you can't. Okay? But your intention in attempting to make a wrong right, it matters. It matters to God more than anything. It matters. It matters when it comes to universal law and how things work together. It matters, okay? So just FYI, okay? Go through your test, baby. Allow yourself to go through your test because you're going to experience it. I tell you all the time, we are all tested for great reason, whether you see the reason or not. We're all tested. So learn the lesson. Study. Study. Learn the lesson. And learn how to see things from your spiritual eye. Learn how to listen with your spiritual ears. Okay? It'll keep you from overdoing things. It'll keep you from reacting in certain ways. Okay? All right. Okay, y'all. I got work to do. I got work to do. Okay. Um Zyrania Zyranium. You said listen to God's word only. Come back and visit us, cause I'm assuming this is your first time over here. Cause I see you dropping scriptures. We dropped some in last night's video too, and probably the night before. But just come back and visit. All right. You listening to God's word is you learning how to listen with your spiritual eye and your spiritual ears. Okay. If you knew better. If only you knew. All right. All right. You said not doubtful, just curious. Ain't nothing wrong with. Listen, I told y'all. I don't know if some of y'all remember. We did a live video a few months ago. A couple months ago. Aria, you just reminded me of that when you said you just been doing a lot of questioning lately. As you should. As you should. As you should. You know how people say, don't question God and don't do this and don't you suppose God wants you to ask. Ask them questions. Question it. That's your test of faith. You're supposed to question it. That's going to be your test of faith. And once you strengthen that area and it strengthens your faith, that's going to make you better. You're supposed to question it. Don't let nobody tell you, don't question God. Don't question this. You're supposed to. That's God wants you to talk to God. That's your one-on-one. I'm telling you, it just brings you that much closer. Because if what they say, if you don't ask, you don't know. If you don't know, you don't grow. If you don't ask, you don't know. Yes, William. Yes, yes. William says scammers, liars, thieves, etc. hate questions, so question all the time. You ask questions. And I believe I said that the same thing William just said in that video. I want to find it now. But I believe I said that. The only people that's going to tell you you don't question God. The only people that say that is those that don't know what they talking about. Who call themselves knowing God and they really don't know God and don't have no relationship with God. God don't even know who these people is. So them be the ones that be trying to manipulate you, scam you, scheme you, and have you like, but you said. That's why I always tell people, get to know God for yourself and within yourself. You will never go wrong. You ain't gonna go wrong. You won't be guided wrong. You won't be directed wrong. I'm telling you. You get to know God for yourself and within yourself. I don't say that for no reason. So you question everything. Like he said, I'm telling you. You don't never let a person tell you, well, you don't question this and you don't question that. That's like that's like when people say you don't question authority. God is the highest authority. So if I'm gonna ask God a question, I'm gonna ask you a question. If you know your question is logical and it makes sense, why wouldn't you question authority? That's the same as people telling kids, oh, don't ask me that. Stay in the child's place. A child has a place, yes, but a child also has a mind. A child is also going to have questions. And you'd be surprised what you could actually learn from children, being that they're the closest thing to God. You know, people always want to shut people up and try to silence people, but you might need to pay attention. People don't want you to ask questions because they don't know. Only people that don't know no better and don't know what they talking about and about to scheme or scam you, they don't want to hear your question. They don't want you to ask the question. You might ask a question. You might know more than they do. Okay? Because listen, and it's going to upset them. But you might ask this person a question and you might know a little more than they do. And they don't know what you asking them. So they can't give you an answer. But that's their way of pushing it off and Being like, nah, you just don't question. No, yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Absolutely, you do. Absolutely, you do. Yes, you do. I ain't never, nothing bad happened to me ever from talking to God and asking God questions. Never, not once. But have I received some clarity in talking to God and asking God questions? Absolutely. Absolutely. Every time. Every single time. Yes, William. And they don't do it. That's why they say don't question. I'm telling you, they don't do it. They can't do it. It's a lot of people that like to do this. They can't answer no question though. Not logically or make it make sense. They can't present no fact, it don't make sense. And half of them don't even know what they talking about. You said God says test the spirit. You know why God says test the spirit, Reese's? Because you got to know what type of spirit you're dealing with. I just explained about spirits yesterday. I believe yesterday in the Rising Wisdom to Start Your Day, I talked about spirits. Yes, you test the spirit of others, and you test the spirit you might think you dealing with within yourself. Ask questions. That's why you had them one-on-ones with God. Hello, Michelle Bercier. Okay, y'all. Because I didn't know we was going to get this far into it. 2222 on the timer. 2222 on the timer. Yep. Whew. Yeah, William, you ain't said nothing wrong. Wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. Yes, Arya. How do you understand if you don't question? Yes. Only only the wise question. That's where you get your knowledge from. Your understanding. You're supposed to ask questions. Whew. That's the, how do you understand if you don't question? Like I said, if you don't ask, you don't know. If you don't know, you don't grow. I'm trying to tell you. So, y'all, I'm going to leave it there for now. But I will be back later to do the topic of discussion and insight. I got to get to work. And there's a whole lot of snow outside. So, jeez. I don't know if y'all can hear my son out there scraping the ground. He's shoveling the snow. Usually I do it. But he out there, as long as he got that porch and them stairs. Yes, yes, absolutely. I will. I'm gonna bundle up. It's a lot of snow outside, but we love it. We supposed to make a snowman later today. Oh, William, don't do it. Okay, I ain't gonna say it. I ain't gonna say it. I ain't gonna say it. Really? Oh, Aria, it's fun. It's fun. My son asked me last night, he said, you know there's going to be a lot of snow, right? I said, I know. He said, it's so pretty. I said, I know. He said, the only thing is just so cold. I said, I know. He said, so we making a snowman tonight? I said, no. He wanted to make the snowman last night, 10 o'clock at night, making a snowman. Absolutely not. So I told him we'll do it today. I didn't, William. I did not put salt down before the snow came. And I started to stop at the salt place, but it was packed. I'm talking about packed. And it was cars sitting on the side of the road waiting for bags of snow. I said, yep, I'm going home. I'm going home. So I'm going to go grab some salt and put it down. Because I ain't got time to be sliding nowhere. I ain't trying to slide nowhere. But, okay. I ain't going to say it, William. Y'all be blessed. Nothing less. Really? Alcohol? It didn't crack your windows? That's interesting. My son gonna tell me last night, pour some water on it. I said, boy, is you crazy? Just pour some hot water on it. All right, I'm done. Cause William keep getting me. James, we leave it, honey. But good morning to you. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Y'all be blessed, nothing less. I appreciate y'all for joining me and keeping it respectful in the chat. I appreciate you for your gifts and all of that. May you be blessed 1,000 times more. I will see y'all later this evening. Okay, for the topic of discussion and insight, hit the notification bell so you are alerted. 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 Blessings coming in and going out to you as well, Reese's. William, stop counting, because we know I'm going to keep saying it. I can't help. I don't know why. Y'all, I'll talk to y'all later. I love y'all. Enjoy the rest of your day. Okay? Be productively great.